Good morning, children. So let's start a new chapter, chapter number 9. Up you go. So this chapter is based on mountains and mountaineering. I know, children, you all love to do mountaineering. You want to go and climb on the mountains. So this is the story about the mountains. Okay, children, so this story is about Nehru Institute of Mountaineering, Uttarakhand. We were at the mountaineering camp and were very excited. 20 of us were teachers from Kendriya Vidyalayas and there were other women from banks and other institutions. Today was the second day of the camp. In the morning, as I got out of bed and put my foot down, I screamed in pain. I remembered yesterday's 26-kilometer walk with the heavy rucksack on my back. A rucksack is the bag which they carry on the back and then they have to walk. How much they walked? They walked for 26 kilometers. Children, it must be a very long walk. So her whole leg was paining like anything. I was afraid to go back to that steep climb and the rough narrow path. So she didn't want to go again. With tears in my eyes, I started walking slowly towards the room of Brigadier Gyan Singh. Children, you have to remember the name of this coach. Brigadier Gyan Singh, the director of our adventure course. I was thinking of what I would say to excuse myself from that day's trek. Suddenly, I heard his deep voice from behind. Madam, what are you doing here at breakfast time? Hurry up, otherwise you will have to trek on an empty stomach. So, I could not say any more. You have come to tell me that you have blisters on your feet, that you cannot walk, isn't it? Yes, sir, that is nothing new. Now get ready quickly. So see how she is holding her leg and she wants to she doesn't want to go for the trekking, and then she wanted to tell Brigadier Gyan Singh, but Brigadier Gyan Singh already knew what these children will say. Yeah, so they are not children, they are teachers, but for him it's like students, right? So I hung my head and rushed back to get ready. I had just turned when I heard his voice again. Listen, madam, you will lead group number 7. You will have to help any members who has difficulty climbing the mountain. You have already been told about the responsibilities of a group leader in the mountains. Now see, she did not want to go for the trekking, but suddenly he gave another responsibility to become the leader. So the leader has a big responsibilities. Now what are the responsibilities a leader has? Now this is very, very important, children. You have to remember this question, okay, nicely. So what is the responsibility? A big responsibility. I started thinking about what a leader must do. Help others in carrying their bags. Let the group go ahead and keep to the last. The leader has to stand at the last, wait till the last, let everybody go, and then this person will go. Help those who cannot climb properly. Find a good place to stop and rest. Look after those who are not well. Arrange food for the group. So these are the responsibilities. So initially she didn't want to go. Now she has some more responsibilities given to her. So I realized that the most important thing is to be ready to be punished even when someone else may have made a mistake, because who is the leader? Leader will get punishment. So I realized that there was a special kind of discipline here. I wondered whether the camp was still be a fun. Okay, children. So she was like very, very upset that initially she didn't want to go, and now she has been given the responsibility of being a leader. And leader has these many, responsibilities. I told you these are the responsibilities of a leader. So she was wondering whether this I wonder whether the camp will still be fun. She went to the camp thinking that wow, mountaineering, we are going to do camping and all, and then suddenly now she's realizing, oh my god, where am I stuck? It's like this. Okay, so group number 7. Group number 7 included girls from Assam, Manipur, Mizoram, Meghalaya, and Nagaland. I was the only teacher from Kendriya Vidyalaya in this group. I was happy to meet my new group members. Most of them could not speak Hindi well. I still feel bad that after being together for 21 days, I could not talk even once with Khondombi. This is a name you should remember, Khondombi from Mizoram. She spoke only Mizo. Mizo is the language, but in our hearts we grew together, grew close to each other. Now crossing the river. So we got vitamin C. This is again important, children. You have to underline vitamin C, iron tablets, hot chocolates with our breakfast. Okay, these were given for the strength and to keep us warm in cold. Every morning there would be a medical checkup. We tied our bandages and counted the days left. Okay, these many days are left. These many days are left. That is how they were. It was like punishment for them for few days in the beginning. So they used to just count the days. This is 5th February. We started from the 2nd February. Okay. So what they used to get in the breakfast, they used to get vitamin C tablets, iron tablets, hot chocolate with milk was their breakfast. Okay, and hot chocolate with milk and vitamin C and iron tablet gives them strength, and they keep us warm in the cold because that area is very, very cold. Okay, after an 8-kilometer trek, we reached a river. There was a thick rope tied across the river from one bank to the other. The rope was tightly fixed to pegs or pythons on both the sides. I was feeling nervous. I started thinking about what would happen if the rope came out. I was trying to estimate how wide the river was. So they had to cross the river with the help of pegs. Just like there was a rope on the top and there was a peg, and so they had to cross the river with that. Okay, so our instructor tied a rope around his waist and put a sling, a type of hook is a sling in it. Okay, he then put the sling on the thick rope tied across the river. Walking through the icy water, he went to the other side. No one was ready to step into the fast flowing water. Everyone was pushing each other to go first. I stood last in line, hoping that no one would see me. Just then, our instructor came near me with a sling and rope in his hand. I knew there was no escape now. I was ready but did not have the courage. Sir could guess my fears. He called out loudly, 3 cheers for Sangeeta madam. And before I knew it, someone had gently pushed me into the water. Okay, so how she was being pushed into the water? I felt as if my feet were frozen. I started shivering, my teeth were chattering. I caught hold of the rope and started putting my feet firmly on the river. As I walked further in, the river got deeper and slowly the water reached up to my neck. In the middle of the river, I lost my balance and started slipping. I was so scared and felt so cold that the rope slipped from my hand and I started shouting for help. So children, after this we'll see in the next period how whether she was saved, what happened to her, that we'll see in the next period.